Bit of the pro.
All right, go ahead.
All right, Chris Nielsen here with our unknown podcast name and
Clayton Martins.
All right, we love pickleball, and I grew up in this town, Grand Rapids, Minnesota, in northern Minnesota. They have 10 dedicated courts that are incredible. If you're ever in this area, check it out. Clayton, you're not from this area originally.
No, I grew up in Brazil, moved to the U.S. 5 years ago, and I'm in Minnesota for the last 3 years. I've been playing for 2.5.
I've been playing about 2.5 too. What got you hooked on pickleball?
So it was mostly because winter here is brutal, and it was a sport that I found that I sort of enjoyed. I've always thought about playing professional soccer when I was in Brazil, but I was never able to get to that point because I had to work, like a very young age, and help my family with the farm and all that. But when I started playing pickleball, it was a fun sport. It was because of the winter. I didn't want to do anything outdoors. And then I started enjoying it, playing more and more, and I'm very competitive. So I got into, playing tournaments like, I can do this, I can do this professionally, and I think it will be super fun. So that's what keeps me going. It's playing competitive, playing tournaments, and the goal of playing professional.
Yeah, so I got hooked I played a little bit of pickleball, kind of as a practice, just a fun thing to do. And hopefully you can't hear all these chairs being moved in the background, as a fun thing to do. And wasn't interested. Basketball was my game. That was my passion. That was my main game. But a couple years into I think a year into the pandemic, I got hooked on pickleball and loved it. I came back to Grand Rapids, Minnesota. They were playing in the gym, and I saw this just wild guy over there going after every ball, hitting them hard. And I go, he looks like a really good athlete. I think he could actually be good at this game if he ever finds the control of it. And now he is really good at this game. We're both near the 5.0 level or right around that level, and passionate about getting better in this game. Clayton's got a mission to go pro in this game. I think he can do it if he puts in the time and effort in it. He's willing to drive to tournaments. I don't like driving to tournaments, but I like competing in tournaments. Mm-hmm. I like to get my ability tested. But I just want to say this about pickleball. I've seen it bring more people together. I have, I'm sure, over 50 pickleball friends. Now, some of them aren't super close, but I have 50 people and probably more that know me. And Clayton, almost everyone in Grand Rapids, Minnesota that plays pickleball probably knows Clayton.
Yeah.
So tell a little bit about how many friends you got from pickleball.
Well, I have haters, I have nemesis, I have enemies.
I've got a few haters, probably me too.
No, I'd say we have 250 plus members today in our association. And I probably have like 70% of those people are my friends. And 30% are close friends, actually. And I have a lot of friends that are not, associates. They're not members of the association, but that's mostly because here's what happens. When I start playing here, I had a lot of people that were like, when I start getting better, I had a lot of people, a good number of people, they felt threatened that I was getting better, like, and that happens, yeah. When you're doing better at something, that there are people doing that for a while. When talking about pickleball, people feel like, what's happening, or they just dislike you for whatever reason. But that has changed because I never really wanted to fight back, and then go offensive or in any way. I always respect everybody, and I said just keep my head down, work hard, and I don't dislike anybody. I dislike some attitudes, but in general, over time, I was working. I got my instructor certificate and started teaching, and people started to see my value in the community, how much I was helping and how much I was willing to help the players, individually as well, in the sports to grow in our community. So that made a huge change, and it's just one way to do things right.
Clayton's done a ton for Grand Rapids Pickleball. He's helped lots of people get better at it. I think people got him because he's got a generous personality, and then also his game just kept getting better and better and better, and they could see that. They could see he went from, what would you say in the beginning?
I was probably like a 3-0, because of the athleticism, right? Moving fast, 3-0 for sure.
So 3-0 to 5-0, they've seen that progression from him. And anyone that wants to improve goes, oh, you know what? Clayton's got an inspiring game. And he's got a lot of, actually, I'd say, higher level shots that if he brings a consistency to it, he'll be playing at an even higher level. So people get inspired and want to take lessons from him.
Mm-hmm.
He's given back to the community. I've done a few free clinics and things for this community as well, because pickleball, when I drive into town, I'm excited to go play pickleball.
Uh-huh.
And I think more people need to have something in their life that are excited to go do.
Absolutely. Yeah, I love the sports. It's very good. It's a good way to connect with people. And, even if you want to go a little beyond pickleball. So in our community, we have lots of business people, business owners, right? Hotels, restaurants. Chris, who has a really beautiful profession.
I'm a professional speaker when I'm not doing this.
So you can put all those people, and it's a good place to make connections and network. Right?
So I tell my daughter this: she needs to play pickleball if she wants to find a good man. Because one, you get to see someone's personality.
Yeah, absolutely.
You get to see, how honest they are about line calls and other things, and you can see if there's a connection and you have something in common. Yeah. I've seen so many husbands and wives play this game, and some of them I'm worried for when they're playing together. Concerned hitting the ball down the middle, watch them argue that there might be a divorce there, but so many of them are happy playing that they have a passion in common.
Yep. No, yeah, it's a great game. It's a great game to connect with people for sure. See new place, and you have now, cruise lines with pickleball courts, vacation,
right.
Destination, many different destinations that offers pickleball courts and pickleball events. So yeah.
If I go on vacation, I'm not looking for a place that doesn't have pickleball.
Yeah. Oh, in fact, just so we can put that too. So I'm running a pickleball glow in the dark event October 5th of 2024. So it's just like another way for you to get involved with the community, because I'm probably going to get 30 to 40% of the people that's going to be part of this event. Let's say they're not from our town, or they're not from the Pickleball Association, just because it's a different demographic, it's different people that are going to be there. But it's also for me another way to bring people, even people that never played pickleball before, because it's fun. And it's fairly easy to learn pickleball. So just the glow in the dark is just a fun activity. It's going to be more like a party. And that's another way to bring people and introduce the sport, and just kind of continue to grow the sport in our community.
Great social sport and great competitive sport. If you're super competitive, you can find incredible competition, or if you just want to meet people, get out there and socialize and get great exercise, incredible sport.
Yep.
Let's wrap it here.
I think this is all right, guys. As of right now, again, I just said that a couple minutes ago when we were recording another podcast, so probably I'll edit that part, but we don't have a name for the podcast. We're gonna work on that. If we can get your help, I'm gonna post on social media as well, and we'll go from there. Thank you so much. Share with your friends, and we'll have more interesting episodes coming up in a couple weeks.
Yep. Thank you.